Hey guys, welcome back. Bolt Spider here. My voice is getting better, luckily, and I think tomorrow is going to be back to normal. But tonight we have the reveal for Valence. They are a brand new archetype from Tactical Masters. And let me shout out on Neo with the URL. You wanted Yu-Gi-Oh! As an esport, now we enjoy esports in your Yu-Gi-Oh! So, let's get right into it. Now, Valents are a pendulum archetype that also is based around fusion summoning, but let's get into it. There's so much text, it's like I had to read a tabletop RPG manual. Oh lord, I've gotten myself into something tonight. We have Shinonome, Priestess of the Valence. She is a level 2 water spellcaster Pendulum Effect with 500 and scale of 1. You can only use the Pendulum Effect of this card's name once per turn. During the main phase, you can special summon this card from your main monster zone, or to your main monster zone in this card's column. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except Valence monsters, and monsters from your extra deck. You can only use, for the monster effect, you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn each. If you control this special summon card, you can add one Valence spell from your deck to your hand. If this card is moved from a monster zone to another, you can add one Valence monster from your deck to your hand except another copy of herself. Okay, so she's the Rhoda for the deck. That's actually very good. Wait, level 2 water spellcaster, so she's just spellbook magician on a pendulum monster. So we can actually run spellbook of secrets and spellbook of knowledge just for her. That's actually quite nice. Okay, we have Sion, Archer of the Valent. It is a level 4 water spellcaster, 11/11, pendulum scale 1, so it looks like the ninja type ones are spellcasters and the other ones are machines. So we have, you can only use this effect once per turn, so it looks like they're all going to be sharing this effect. During your main phase, you can special summon this card from your main monster zone if this card column can it. Okay, so yeah. This first effect they share. For the pendulum effect, during your main phase, you can special summon this card to your main monster zone in this card's column. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of this turn, except for Valence or monsters from the extra deck. Okay. Excuse me. So I don't have to read the pendulum effects of the actual monsters, which is nice, because I thought they were all going to do the same thing. Okay. So we have the monster effect is you could use the first and second effect once per turn each. If you control this special summon card, you can target one effect monster on the field, toss a coin, and if its head, negate the monster's effect. If its tail, its current attack becomes halved. If this monster is moved to a zone from a monster zone to another, target a card on the field, toss a coin, and if its head, destroy that card. If its tails, return it to the hand. Okay, this one's quite interesting. We have Ninja of the Valent. So Grandmaster Hanzo can search it. That is pretty nice. First effect, if Valent roared Shinra Bashinsho. Okay, that might be the fusion. Is in your it's a field spell. Where you control a water Valent monster. Special summon this card from your main monster zone in its card's column. Pretty interesting. You can use the first and second effect once per turn each. You can target one other monster in the main monster zone, move it to an adjacent monster zone. If this card is moved from a monster zone to another, you can target a Valence monster card in your spell and trap card zone, special summon it to a main monster zone in its column. Okay, this is interesting. Then we have Hojo Warrior of the Valent. It is a level 8 water spellcaster. A warrior. Spellcaster. 1900. Pendulum Effect. Okay. So the level 8 and 6 do the exact same for the Pendulum Effect. The 2 and 4, they do the exact the same. Okay, that is one good thing to actually look at. Now we have, you can only use the first and second effect of this card to name once per turn each. You can target one face-up card in the spell and trap card zone and return to the hand. And if this is moved, you get to fusion summon one Valence fusion monster from your extra deck, using monsters from your hand or field as a fusion material, as well as this card in your pendulum zone. This is very interesting. I honestly, I need to sit down and test this deck because it's just a lot of column mechanic. Now, along with Valence right here, we have Valence Apostrophe, Buster Baron. They're fire machines, and let's see what they do. During your main phase, you can special summon this card to a main monster zone in this card's column. Okay, so this level 2 and the level 4 both share that same effect as the first two that we read. If you control this special summon card, you can target one other variance monster in your main monster zone. Move that target to an adjacent monster zone. Okay, and if this card moves from a monster zone to another, you can target a card in the pendulum zone, place it face up in an adjacent spell and trap card zone as a continuous spell. Okay, so this card's a 3 of. And I noticed one thing. Scale 1, scale 1, scale 1. It doesn't have their scale. Scale 1. Which is also a scale 1. So they're all scale 1s from the looks of it. We have Viscount. It is a level 4 fire. It has that same effect as the last one that we read, and you have, if you control this special summon card, you can place one face of Valence Pendulum monster from your extra deck in your spell and trap card zone as a continuous spell. If this card is moved from a monster zone to another, place one Valent Pendulum monster from your extra deck in your pendulum zone. We have Marquee. It is a level 6 pendulum scale 1. If Valence excuse me, if the field spell is in the field zone, and or a fire Valence monster, you can special summon this card to a main monster zone in its column. During your main phase, you can roll 6-sided die and excavate cards from the top of your deck equal to the result, and if you do, add one excavated Valence card to your hand. Also shuffle any remaining back into the deck. This is just Morphotronic smart font. Then if this card is moved from a monster zone to another, roll 6-sided die, and if the result's 2, 3, 4, or 5, special summon one monster card from your spell and trap card zone to your main monster zone in its column. That's actually interesting. It's pretty much Morphotronic card. We have Duke. It's a level 8 fire machine with 2000 scale 1. So if you have the field spell or a fire, special summon it in the same column. You can target a set from the monster effect. You can target one set card in the spell and trap card zone. It cannot be activated this turn. If this card is moved from a monster zone to another, target one face-up monster in your opponent's main monster zone. Take control of it, and if you do, treat it as a Valent monster. Also cannot declare an attack or activate its effect. Very interesting. We have Valent symbol Mamanoka. It is a level 10 spellcaster fusion, 28, 10 scale. So the fusion monsters are 10 scales. Okay, I can get behind that. And let's see what they do. During your main phase, you can activate one of these effects while it's in the Pendulum zone. Special summon this card to a main monster zone in its column, or move one monster in your main monster zone to an adjacent main monster zone. Wow. The materials are 3 Valent monsters. You can only use one monster effect of this card's name once per turn. During the main phase, quick effect. You can target one effect monster your opponent in your main monster zone. Place that monster in your opponent's spell and trap card zone. In that monster's column as a face-up continuous spell. If this card is already in that zone, destroy it. And if you do, and if you destroy a monster this way, your opponent loses life points equal to its attack. Okay, that's a funny effect. That's a funny effect on this. Then, if this card is special summoning, you could destroy. If this special summon card, you could places itself in the Pendulum zone. Overall, this is a funny card. I like it. Then we have Grand Duke. This artwork is so amazing. You have the Pendulum Effect. During your main phase, you can activate one of these, special summon this, or okay, the pendulums do the exact same in the Pendulum. Oh my god, the Pendulum effects are the exact same. Why? But this only takes 2 Valents. Micro's first be fusion summon or special summon from your face down extract by attributing level 5 or higher non-fusion Valence monster in the same column as an extra monster zone. Okay, so that's actually easy to do. If this card is special summon, you can target one monster card in your opponent's spell trap card zone, return it to the hand, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to its attack. Then this card gains attack equal to half the damage they took. This might be the main... That's the main one you play. Wow. I am surprised. I am actually surprised on that. Then we have Valence World Shinorabansho. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. When this card resolves, place one Valence field spell from your deck face up in your field zone, in your opponent's field zone, except another copy. If there are 2 cards in the field zone, the turn player can target one monster in their spell and trap card zone. The turn player special summons it to their main monster zone in its same column. Interesting. Then we have Valence Void Kongyun Winjin? Winjin? Oh my god. That one's a little rough on my throat. Because the double S there. So you have, when this card resolves, place one Valence field. Okay, so it... Yeah. So they do polar opposites. You can tell that there's too much text in this stuff. Like a few errors here and there. So that's one thing. If there are 2 cards in the field zone, the turn player. Okay, so this one special summons. This one says if there are 2 cards in the field zone, the turn player can target one effect monster on their opponent's main monster zone in the same column as a monster the turn player controls. Place that targeted monster face up in their controller spell and trap card zone in the same column as a continuous spell. If there is already a card in that zone, it is destroyed. Oh boy, this is going to be a lot of rolling nightmares. And finally, we have a Electromite reprint. This can mean something, but it could also mean nothing. But after this, I'm going to rest my voice for sure, because this was a lot of reading, and I'm going to link this down in the comments below. But anyways, I've been Bolt Spider. See you guys in the next video. Sorry about my voice again, and But anyways, goodbye.